Hello, everybody. I wanted to talk about what's happening right now in the sky before we get to this eclipse on October 25th. So I'm going to share my screen with you because this is what I like to do. Here we are. This is just right now. I'm just looking at the astrology, and I know we're all hot to trot for this eclipse, and that is fantastic. And the Venus star point, we had that happen yesterday when both Venus and the sun were at 29 Libra, first time in 150-ish years. So that was a beautiful thing. And there's a lot of wonderful, wonderful content out there for that. But I wanted to say, welcome to Scorpio season. And I want to talk about what we have going on between now and the eclipse. So this is just a little 2-day forecast for Sunday, October 23rd, for Monday, October 24th. And then we have that new moon solar eclipse at 2 degrees of Scorpio. And that is at 8:04 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Tuesday morning. And then I'm going to do a couple astro dice, one roll of the dice and one pull of the card. I used to do this regularly. I got a little burnt out, so it hasn't been regular lately, but there's still a ton of content here. And I also go back and look because there's a full forecast on Mars retrograde and all of the aspects it makes. That's also in this. If you're on YouTube, it's in the thread. If you're not, come over to the YouTube channel and check that out too. So, hi, everybody. I'm Dorothy Morgan. I've been a professional astrologer since the 80s. So, we're doing a lot here today. And I just want us to really focus on this balsamic lunar phase. I'm a fan of this phase just because I like it. And what it means is that this moon hasn't quite caught up with the sun yet. It's moving closer and closer to the sun. So, it's that last little bit. So it's 45 degrees, the last 45 degrees before the moon connects with the sun. And what we do during this lunar phase, what's required of us is a deeper dive. And since we are now in Scorpio season, it is always the time of year where we go deeper. So we've had quite a few things happen just in the last 24 hours. Both the sun and Venus have entered that Scorpio season. So that means now we have this opportunity to really dig in deep to what is important to you, to me, mainly to you and your inner work. Okay. Opportunities there. We've also had in the last 12 hours, Saturn station, and it will start going direct now, been retrograde since the spring. So now we have opportunity for the things that seem to break down and crumble. You get to start rebuilding them. However, we have the balsamic lunar phase until the eclipse on the morning of the 25th. So I want us during this lunar phase, this is when it's wonderful to keep to yourself, to do what it is that you need to do, to go in and rest and relax and rejuvenate yourself. I know we always have a lot of things to do on weekends and Sundays, getting prepped for Monday work, etc. And that is what we have. So it's an interesting opportunity. It happens once a month. However, we are coming up to an eclipse. So to me, this is important that we clear the deck, if you will. It's a Seacoast saying, clearing the deck, taking that time. And over the next couple of days, Sunday into Monday, just early Tuesday morning, and really spend that inner work. And I know Monday morning is a new week, a new day, new people starting new jobs, etc. But just take your time, go slow, and it will work out pretty well because you get to clear out what isn't working. You get to identify what you don't like, what you don't want. And then when we do have that new moon eclipse on the 25th, then we have opportunities to plant new information, plant new content, begin new things in some ways. That forecast is also on my thread, on my YouTube channel. So you can go scan for that. I put the link below as well, depending on where we're at. If I'm on Facebook, I might as well forget it. Facebook doesn't show this to anybody. 2 people maybe. Now we also have Mars. It's not retrograde yet, but it is slowing down to be retrograde, and that will happen on October 30th. But it's not leaving 25 degrees of Gemini for weeks. for weeks and weeks. That is also in that video on Mars. You should go check it out because I have a lot of content in there since Mars is moving back and forth. It makes 3 aspects. It makes aspects to a lot of planets 3 times in the sky. So that gives you a lot of heads up too. So make sure you get your books out. Yeah, that's my Llewellyn book. Where's the other one? I buried it. This one is this year's. I already have next year's. It's in here somewhere. You go ahead and get one of those. They're fantastic. It's the Daily Planetary Guide by Llewellyn. So that is what we have going on right now. Sunday, all day Monday. I know, starting Monday with a balsamic moon, especially if I know somebody who's starting a new job on Monday, would just say, just listen, just observe, do what you're supposed to do, but observe and watch more than anything, because that's what that lunar phase does. It's gives us this opportunity to release what isn't working. I know people say that a lot at the full moon, and the full moon is a complete awareness. But when we get to this aspect, this lunar phase, that balsamic lunar phase, we have that opportunity to really release things that aren't working a whole heck of a lot. Okay. Yay. All right. Astro dice. I know I haven't done these in a while. They're astrology dice. One is the planet, the sign, the house. You just say, Spirit, what's the extra message for today? I got Virgo. Oh, it is not. We repeat, it is not related to what's going on in the sky. It is just extra message. And I rolled Saturn in Virgo in the 7th house. So to me, this was definitely an awareness around the details. Saturn is the foundation, the structure. Saturn is stationary today, but the roll of the die gave us Saturn and Virgo in the 7th house. So this is like, for those of us who are really working diligently or specifically on a relationship issue or concern, Saturn and Virgo in the 7th house is about that. Relationship, partnerships too, not just it's not just domestic partners or boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend. That none of it doesn't have to be just that. It can also be anybody that you're working with, working in tandem with, and partnership with. That means that there is a focus on that as well. And since again, we're in that lunar phase today and Monday, Sunday and Monday, the 23rd and the 24th, then let's do that. I can tell I have the wrong glasses on because everything's blurry. I have computer glasses and these are progressive. So I already have these two. We're going to shuffle these. This is the Nature Spirit deck. I mean, I am into nature like there's nobody's business. So it's my solace. It's where I go to meet my God. Yeah. Let's see what that deck is about. That card is Great Mystery. Excuse me. Great Mystery. And the Great Mystery represents an opportunity here. It's just like allow the flow to happen. We have a lot of things that, this is Aurora Borealis. It's fantastic. There's a lot of beauty in nature. I love this deck for that reason. But the Great Mystery card is about, trusting the mystery of what's happening. So a lot of us who are fearful and afraid about what's going on in the world, they're, as tough as it seems, there are ways to help, and there are things that we can do so we can stay out of fear. So we're not going to get into all of those because we all know what they are. We all know what's going on in the world. So that great mystery is like there's a reason and a purpose. So find that reason and purpose for yourself and trust the process, whatever it is you're going through or however it is you want to help. And that is what that card will be. All right, guys, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, and you're welcome to share this with my hashtags in any of your platforms. Thank you so much. Namaste.